Hello, beloved. I'm Monica Bermudez. I am your host for the podcast called Ascended Earth, the Transfiguration of the New Human. Welcome back to another powerful episode and activation. This one is all about the solar plexus chakra. So, the solar plexus is one of the chakras that has been heavily manipulated and abused through many corruptions and systems of control. It is a part of our lower chakra groups like the sacral, the root chakra. So they all are like in their own group of the lower part of our body. The solar plexus is our power center and it is interconnected with our heart chakra. In fact, all our chakras are intertwined in their multidimensional aspects. I consider the heart chakra to be the hub of all other chakras, and like all the chakras, the solar plexus has a heart center too. And the solar plexus has its own voice, such as being a guide to us. The intention of this episode is to connect more with your own solar plexus. All chakras are portals and are multidimensional, but they are not being utilized to their highest potential of expression, which are meant to be expressed in such a form. The solar plexus is a color is yellowish and also electromagnetic like the heart. It connects to our source connection and the central sun of the universe. When I look at the solar plexus, I see different shapes of yellow mixed with gold, and to me, it is like looking at a sun. And the brighter it is, the stronger it is and healthier. All the chakras are pulsating at a certain rhythmic flow of energy, and they are energy wheels and psychic centers. When they are filled with too much shadow, they have a different shade of color. And chakra comes from a Sanskrit word that means wheel. With the new energies, they are starting to pulsate at a faster rate than usual. As a result, there will be more shadow coming up. It is possible for lower vibrational frequencies and other beings wanting to control and manipulate the solar plexus and attach to it. Toxic energy cords can get attached, and especially if you're overthinking something like feeling there is no hope, or if you're suffering in a certain situation with someone, or some would say paying karma, which are all victim mindset type patterns. And old patterns can take hold of this power center and feel debilitating. So, as you focus your attention on these situations that you perceive to be unhopeful or without hope or loss, you create toxic energy cords to that person or situation from your solar plexus chakra. And this can weigh you down heavy. The solar plexus can also affect our digestion. So you may be sensitive with certain foods, or it's how you may be digesting certain information that you receive as well. And I speak from experience and experience with clients. So let me share some of my stories. After I did so much alchemical work on my heart chakra, I worked on the other chakras within myself. And with the solar plexus, I could feel that something wanted to pop out energetically. And it felt awful, like emotional trauma pain to best describe it. It felt like something was clinging to it to overpower myself and keep me small. So many years ago, I asked an energy mentor and facilitator to help me figure out what was occurring with my solar plexus because it was really weighing me down. And during that session, we both went into a channeling together to my solar plexus chakra. And there was a soul ancestral lineage contract that had to do with a specific pattern in my family in relation to abundance. So I conducted a whole ritual with my solar plexus chakra area. And Archangel Michael and Saint Germain were present to assist as I invoked the sacred flames, the sacred violet flames of transmutation to end this group contract in me. And I visually saw this contract in my hand. And in that contract, it said, I have to work hard in order to make money. And so I said to it, I no longer, and I did it with such force and passion that I am done with you and I no longer need to obey this pattern or this contract. And as I said that, I threw it into the sacred violet flames of transmutation. And this was this huge explosion. And it just like evaporated just like that. And as it did that, I saw through my ancestral lineage from a soul ancestry to some, soulmates and all who are interconnected at the soul level, as well as my family ancestry. All of a sudden, all these shackles started to just burst and break free. And they were all breaking free from this pattern. So what I was feeling was this heaviness that was in my solar plexus chakra, holding all of those patterns of my whole family lineage, my whole ancestry lineage. And in that moment that I saw all of that, and it wasn't just me seeing it, it was also the facilitator who was seeing the same thing as I was, I suddenly saw the portal in my solar plexus, and I felt so much lighter. And I no longer was feeling that weird heaviness and that pain in my solar plexus chakra. I didn't feel that, weighing me down, that, I had to like keep working hard, killing myself in order to make money. And honestly, you don't have to. So it's all about just working like efficiently and intelligently. And it is an intelligence of your heart, which I've discussed in previous episodes. And it's also allowing yourself for breaks and having healthy boundaries and knowing when to set those healthy boundaries. And the heart is where it really steps in to help with a lot of that. And like I said, the heart also works with the solar plexus chakra area as well, in that level of, you know, um, being able to check on your power abuse or abuse of power from others as well. And this is something that I am teaching now in order to help others activate their own portals because, like I said, all chakras are portals. In 2019, long before I activated my solar plexus portal, when I joined a group of about 80 people to explore the Bosnian pyramids because there was this discovery of these pyramids in Bosnia from an archaeologist. And so I felt drawn to go to this experience with a group. And I did have such an amazing experience as we were exploring these different tunnels and chambers of healing that were designed by extraterrestrials and was filled with a very specific like light spectrum that was used for healing. There were these at one point of the tour, we went to this area where there was these massive, huge rocks that were around like this forest area. And many of the locals claim they are galactic in nature and that they come from these other solar systems. So of course, everybody in the group who was very open to the galactic, aspect and cosmic energies went over to go sit on these rocks and experience the energy. And I went for myself to go see what the energy was like as well. But as I sat in this rock, I felt there was this huge multidimensional shift that was occurring, and I meditated with it for some time. When I got up, I went about and I, went about my walking around and exploring. And as I was wandering around the area, someone from the group approached me and said, your solar plexus portal is very active. And I looked at her like, what do you mean? She said, you do realize you have a portal in your solar plexus. And I said, not really. But even though she said it, it didn't register, or I simply didn't believe her. And I didn't think anything of it, so I put it aside until I had my own personal experience with my solar plexus. As I just shared, my story earlier, and I saw with my own inner eye the shift in the portal of this chakra. Then I knew and trusted that it was so. So, my point of all this is to trust your abilities in the process you're going through, even if it may seem far fetched. But, like it's been said, the truth is stranger than fiction. The solar plexus is one of the major chakra points of our body, but we also have many minor chakra points throughout our body. Each major chakra point has their own minor points surrounding them, too. And like all the chakras, they are also felt in the back and all around. The solar plexus has connections with the lower spine area in our back. The solar storm, solar flash, solar flare events, sun activities that have caused a lot, that have been really popular these months, have caused a lot of lower spine area movement of energy. And that area is also a point of cosmic energies. During the total solar eclipse of April 2024, which was also accompanied by many solar flares as well, I felt a lot of my lower spinal area in the back of my solar plexus moving, a lot of energy movement. There was a level of activation that was occurring. A lot of my solar plexus is connected to the Syrian portals and other star systems, which I have been through my own channelings. It's what I use to initiate others and break their own heavy cycles, like I have been doing in myself. So, going back to a lot of these energies of the solar flares, we're all being bombarded with these energies. So you may be feeling lower spinal energy movement as well through the back of your solar plexus. In each portal that we experience through our chakras, we are serving as conduits of energy centers on the planet to also step into higher frequencies of energies. I used to be afraid of my own power because of my past lives of power abuse. And it was an abuse of my power, but it was also an abuse of my power on others. So, in other words, like others abusing my own power, but also me abusing my power on others. So, this can go in all ways, right? It's not just a one way type thing that may have happened. So, I had to the way that I managed that it's managed now, and this is part of the teaching, is that the heart chakra is the one that helps regulate this power center as well, so that there isn't this misuse of power and being able to establish healthy boundaries as well, but also knowing when it's overpowering or being too overly, controlling or overpowering, yourself or putting too much force on others as well. So it is that balancing point for us. So it is time to move from our victim mindset to an awakened heart, creative one. Let's do a quick meditation exercise with our solar plexus energy. As we set our intention to really connect with our own solar plexus chakra. Place your focus within yourself, focus in your energy, starting with your own heart chakra. And then from there, connect with your solar plexus. And you can just visually see the color of your own solar plexus chakra. What color does it look like? And how is it moving? Is it moving at a certain pace? Is it moving fast? Is it moving slow? Is it a dark shade of yellow? Is it a brighter shade of yellow? And we're going to connect to the heart center of your own solar plexus chakra. So we're just going to fill it with this love power, love energy surrounding it, with kindness, with compassion. As you establish your connection with your solar plexus, now you may ask for guidance and ask your own chakra what it needs and what you can do to support. So you may just remain here and continue connecting with your solar plexus chakra and have a reconnection and communication to receive your own messages. And the more often that you do this, the more that you're able to connect in a much easier way moving forward. Happy solar plexus chakra activation, and I'll catch you in another episode.